Right, welcome back from the break. This is your sports world. My name Dennis Osei Gyamfi. Let's start straight with some interviews here. And I told you about a certain player called Jet Li. Who is he at all? And he's really making some great exploits in the Zambian Premier League. He plies his trade with Zanaco FC, one of the top teams in Zambia, and his name is Kevin Owusu Amoah. Kevin, good afternoon.
Afternoon, boss.
How are you?
I'm okay.
You're surprised how I got Jet Li, eh?
Yes.
But I won't tell you. And it's not from who you think it's coming from. Anyway,
Okay.
welcome back to Ghana.
Thank you.
How did the season go?
This season didn't go as planned because we came out on a safe position. Yeah, due to some 1 or 2 hitches. But at the end of the day, we give thanks to God for wherever He has brought us.
Now let's talk about your career. I mean the trajectory. How did you start, and how did you get into Zambia?
Okay, if I should start with my youth career, I played for Freedom Stars based in Taifa. Then I followed up to Mighty Victory for my 3rd and 2nd division. Then after that, I almost had a chance to play for Accra Folk in 2017. But same year, I had a deal again in Zambia. So I just weighed the options. Then I decided to go to Zambia in 2017.
You had a deal with Accra Folk.
Yeah.
And you decided to leave that deal for Zambia.
Yes.
Why?
First of all, there were lives of Rubinyan at that time, 2017, Atinga, and some other big defenders. So I was a bit young, so I just weighed an option to play somewhere else where I would have the chance to play. Yeah, that's why I weighed the Zambia.
What was your age at the time?
At that time, I was about 17, 18, thereabout, yeah.
So now you've gathered experience.
Yes.
So it was purely because of the competition there.
Because of the competition.
It wasn't about the monetary aspect.
And again, the monetary aspect played a role. But in my head, I wanted game time. I wanted to play. At that time, I really wanted to play. So first of all, the main thing was about playing time. Then the monetary came in.
But I wouldn't want to stretch you. But what was the difference with the offer Hearts were giving you and the offer you were getting from Zanaco? Maybe I personally wouldn't want you to mention the specific amount involved, though. But what was the difference in the amount that Hearts were giving and the amount that Zanaco were also giving?
Okay, I wouldn't say the amount, but there was difference.
Big difference.
Yeah, there was difference in
like 2 times or 3 times.
I wouldn't say it, but there was difference.
No, you're not mentioning them, but was it like way big?
Yeah, it was big. It was a bit bigger than, way bigger than what Class of Hope was offering me. Yeah.
Even though you were inexperienced at the time, it was still bigger than what?
Yeah, it was big to do 1 or 2 things for myself, and even at that time to even give a bit of it to my family. So yeah, it was better than.
So you started in Nkwazi and you ended up at Zanaco.
I signed my first contract with Nkwazi Football Club, 2 years. Then I played only 1 year, and then Zanaco got me from Nkwazi. Yeah.
How was it like playing in the Zambian league? What was the difference for you?
Okay, the first 2 months with the preseason was a bit tough for me because I hadn't played in a professional league in terms of the running and all of that. But I started getting used to it bit by bit. Yeah, in terms of physique and all of that. And then with their style of play also, it's a pacey game. Yeah, it's a box-to-box encounter. They don't wait for the other team to settle and all of that. So gradually, within 3 months or even less, I was able to settle in. Yeah.
And the facilities there, if you compare the facilities in Zambia to Ghana, how would you rate that?
You know, like when at that time where they beat Black Star.
Yes.
I think they came here, I don't know which year, but they came here and they trained in a bad pitch. I don't know what Black Star gave them. The pitch was so bad. So anytime we complain about a pitch that we are not comfortable with, they say, no, in your country, they took us to a bad pitch, so we shouldn't complain about pitches. But to round it all, their pitches are good, they are nice. They mostly use the national stadiums. Those who don't have their own stadiums, they use the national stadiums for games. So it's good.
Send me a message on 0243 765543. 0243 765543. That's the WhatsApp number. Don't call on the number because no one will pick that line. Send a message 0243 765543. Not the number on your screen though, because I don't have that particular tablet with me today. So it's a different number 0243 765543. That's a WhatsApp message, and I'll read that live on the show. You talk about we. Doesn't mean there are a lot of Ghanaian players.
Oh yeah. Currently, in my team, there's a Ghanaian guy who's also called Kevin Owusu. Yeah, I think he has played with I think he played for Bichim some time back, and then he played the under 20 and even the local Black Star. Yeah, his name is Kevin Owusu. And then there are other Ghanaians who play for other teams also. Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, tell me the difference. Again, I go back to the issue of difference in the quality of play. Okay. Zambia football and the Ghana football. What's the difference?
Ghana is full of talents, and then in a country, and in Zambia is a country where so many talents have gathered to play football
from different countries.
Yeah, from different countries.
So there are a lot of expatriates.
Yeah, there are a lot of foreigners there. Talking of Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Congo, even South Africa, Zimbabwe. There are a lot of even Ghanaians. So there are a lot of foreigners who have gathered there to play football. So you see how competitive it's going to be. It's going to be, because when I meet a Cameroon striker playing against me, I don't want to give him chance. Yeah, I want to do my best, not for him to score me. So the competition is high class.
What do they have money, the Zambian clubs? Do they have, what's the sponsorship? I know it's not your business as a footballer, but I mean, you read in the papers the sponsorship deals they get and the monies that's the income that they get. Are they that rich?
The big difference is there are two teams that are being owned by an individual. The other teams are being owned by companies. So you see how teams are going to be run. Because in my team, for instance, it's being run by a bank. My team is being owned by a bank. So you see how funds are going to be pushed in, and salaries and bonuses are going to be paid excellent. So that's how their league is structured. It's being structured around companies. Right? Yeah.
For you, what would you think? I mean, we complain in our league that the exodus of players is becoming way too rampant in our league. Players will move, and ideally you expect them to move to the top leagues in Europe and all of that. But what would you consider for you to move from Ghana to Zambia as a player? And why do you think that most of our players are moving outside Ghana and not to, the so-called big leagues, but to our neighboring countries or neighboring countries in the continent?
First of all, like as I said, with mine, I considered playing time, but majority of Ghanaian players now consider the monetary aspect, like how they are going to survive, how they are going to help their families and all of that. So I think these days it's basically on the monetary issues. If our league is supposed to be paying players, like especially local players, a good sum of money, wouldn't be in a hurry to leave to other neighboring countries.
How does it make you feel when you hear about the stories of your colleagues who are still in Ghana?
I have been in that position before, and it's not healthy. If you're not strong, you can quit football. If you're not mentally strong as well, you can do things that are not good with football. So sometimes I feel bad, but at the end of the day, you just have to be strong. Yeah.
So you go and come back and you see your players, your colleagues, and you know there's a big difference, right?
Yeah, obviously. There is.
So it's not just about playing in Europe. Apart from Ghana, any other country on the continent pays better than, gives better conditions of service than what Ghana gives. Is that the situation?
I've only played in Zambia, but I've traveled to play continental football with other clubs. And then I think in other clubs, like let's say in Tanzania, they also offer good services as well. There are a couple of Ghanaians who played also in Tanzania, which I met there with even younger. There's this player defender called Lamin Moro who also plays there. The quality there is also good. So it's just about time that we need to learn, because as humans we just have to learn from people who are doing good. Yeah.
So football has to learn from the people. Yeah. Averagely, how much does a player in Zambia take?
Even the small clubs who are I'll just put myself in that position. Like even the smaller clubs, I think pay $500 and above.
$500 a month.
Yeah, and above. The smaller clubs who have been promoted from the Division 1s to the Premier. And their rent have been paid. Even food per week they give them. That.
And you don't have any salary arrears. It comes constantly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Only 2 clubs are being owned by an individual. So if you're a worker, like for instance, there's a team that's being managed by an oil company. So if the oil companies are being paid, like those are the offices, if they're being paid on the 28th, all the players are being paid as well. Like with my team, I play for a bank, as I said, we are being paid on the 24th of every month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Dennis. Upon watching his videos, he is a good player. I wish him all the best in his career. This is from Eric Pipra. Eric, good afternoon, and thanks for your message. Isaac from Cape. This is real talent. What is the GFA doing about him? Okay, I'll ask him about his dreams with the national team. What is the GFA doing about him and what he also hopes to do? Hello, good afternoon, and I'm enjoying this conversation. Look at the amounts. Look at how good he's looking. I don't know the amount it takes, but it tells you that Ghanaian players are not being treated well. Okay, we'll touch on that. But let's talk about individually your personal ambitions and goals. What do you want to become in your career, in your football career?
Yeah, I'm just a beginner, as I said. I just had an early chance, and then my dream is to play European football, to be on a top and higher level. I've spent 3 years in Zambia, which I think I am matured enough, and then I'm ripe to play anywhere else. So that's my dream as at now, to play European football.
Have you got any offers yet?
As at now, I'm still talking to people. I have a running contract with.
How many years?
Yeah, I have 6 months left. Yeah, so I have a running contract which my team have spoken to me. They want me to extend, but I told them to wait a bit. So I'm still open up for any kind of deal.
But you would want to return to Ghana. Kotoko has won the league, for instance. They would want to augment their team with quality players for the Champions League. Would you want to return to Ghana?
Not now.
You don't want to return to Ghana?
Not now, yes.
Because of the conditions?
I won't say that, but not now. I have something planned in my life. I have goals, so it's not part of the goal as at now. So that's what I'm saying right now. And
the national team football, do you dream of playing in the national team?
That's also my biggest dream. There are dreams. I have a dream in playing in Europe, but the biggest one is to play for the national team. I have Ghana at heart, so at any point in time, they just give me a call. I'll be very glad.
Who do you look up to in the national team, for instance?
I've looked up to, I haven't looked up to only the position I play and the players who are there. I've looked up to someone like Dede Ayew. Anytime he's putting on the map of Ghana, he gives his best, and then his zeal for playing for the national team is so great. So I admire him so much. Yeah.
And on the international scene, who do you look up to? Who's your role model as a defender?
Yeah, you see how Dede Ayew has a zeal. That's the same way Sergio Ramos also has a zeal. Anywhere he plays, anywhere he stands, he has a zeal to play football, and for the particular club he's playing for. So he's also another guy that I look up to so much.
And which team would you want to play for in Europe?
With a team I would want to play in Europe, any team that I would get in Europe, I will play because.
But there's one you grew up loving.
I grew up loving Chelsea, but if my physique